Hello everybody and welcome to the SIMmetry tutorial series. This video will help you with a basic understanding on importing data layers into a project. We will go over briefly the different layer types and how to import them into a project. Let us begin this tutorial by starting with importing feature layers. Feature layers are visual representations of a geographic data set like roads, national parks, political boundaries, and rivers using geographic objects such as points, lines, and polygons. When a feature layer is loaded, a layer object containing all the layer's features is created in the project tree. To load a feature layer from the workstation's file directory, on the ribbon menu, click the Load Layers tab, then click Load Layer. The Browse for Feature Layer dialog box is displayed. By clicking on the Files of Type drop-down menu, you can see a list of all the acceptable file formats. Once you have selected the appropriate file format, click Open and the file selected will be displayed in your project and available in the project tree. To load a feature layer from a server, on the Browse for Feature Layer dialog box, click on the Server Type drop-down menu and select the required type. Once you have selected the required server type, click Select and a dialog box will be displayed asking for the connection information. In addition, SIMmetry offers a layers library that is stored in Fly projects. It can be accessed from the Load Layers tab and clicking on the Data Library icon. The next layer type we'll be covering are the complex layers. The first complex layer is the Fly project layer. Fly files are SIMmetry's proprietary compressed binary files that include pointers to feature and raster data, objects, and models. To load Fly project layers, on the ribbon menu, click on the Load Layers tab, then click Fly. The Browse for Feature Layer dialog box is displayed. The other complex layer is the KML-KMZ layer. These are OGC standard public defined layers, which can be composed of feature and raster elements and models. To load KML-KMZ layers, on the ribbon menu, click on the Load Layers tab and click KML. The Browse for Feature Layer dialog box is displayed. The next layer type are the 3D mesh layers, or 3DML for short. 3DMLs are multi-resolution textured mesh models that may include classification layers, as well as polygons from BIM datasets. They are collected through automatic reconstruction methods, manual modeling, or building information modeling. To load a 3DML, on the ribbon menu, click on the Load Layers tab, then click Load 3D Mesh. Here you have the option to choose from the following: load 3DML from your workstation's file directory, load from Globe Server, or load 3D Tile from URL. Now we move on to the point cloud layers, or CPT for short. Point clouds are models that allow you to add a pre-processed point cloud model at any point in the 3D terrain. These models are created from a list of points in a 3D area that are collected by various sources including 3D scanners. To load CPT layers, on the ribbon menu, click on the Load Layers tab, then click Point Cloud. Here you can choose whether to load a file from your workstation's file directory or from the Globe server. The last layer type that we'll be covering in this tutorial are raster layers. Raster data is made up of pixels, each containing its own value. SIMmetry supports two types of raster data: georeference satellite or aerial images that overlay the terrain imagery, and georeference elevation raster that replaces the elevation data of the terrain database. To load imagery layers, on the ribbon menu, click on the Load Layers tab, then click Imagery Layer. The Load Imagery Layer dialog box is displayed. Here you can choose whether to load a file from your workstation's file directory or from a server. To load elevation layers, again on the ribbon menu, click on the Load Layers tab, then click Elevation Layer. The Elevation Layer dialog box is displayed. Here you can choose whether to load the file from your workstation's file directory or from a server. We went over briefly the different layer types and how they can be imported into a project. For more information regarding layer types, refer to Chapter 9 Load Layers tab in the SIMmetry User Manual. This concludes the tutorial on loading layers. Thank you for watching and please stay tuned for upcoming tutorials.